Latrobe Speedway studio. Welcome to Ride Along Podcast.
Latrobe race fans, how y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of the Joe's Body Shop and Towing Latrobe Speedway podcast. We're here once again at the Speed Shop with a very special guest I'm looking forward to introducing you to. A lot to talk to you about, a lot of information to share. I should probably begin by apologizing to all of you great fans. You know, we love Fan Appreciation Night, and man, oh man, we got a little overly excited by sharing with all of you that Fan Appreciation was last week, the 5th. Well, you know what? It's actually this week, the 12th, which makes things even better. So, again, I apologize for the confusion last week. Again, just a little overly rambunctious. The fans, the drivers love Fan Appreciation Night, and it makes it even better because basically now I get to talk about it for 2 weeks in a row here at the Speed Shop, all courtesy of Joe's Body Shop and Towing. Last weekend was a fantastic night of racing action with the big half mile here in Westmoreland County. Again, talking to my friends and my colleagues, reading stuff on social media. What a phenomenal racing surface, again, prepared by Dennis and the team. Congratulations to Ryan Fazy, who parked it in Victory Lane for the K2 Engineering Crate Late Models. Anthony Bonaparte had another big night in the Joe's Body Shop and Towing Pier Stocks. Brett Utera, our guest last week, ironically, got to park it in Westmoreland County's most coveted piece of real estate, Victory Lane, and the Wisneski Waste Removal Penn Ohio Pro Stocks. Colton McNaney put that beautiful Chevy Cobalt in Victory Lane, as did our friend Brian Knoll in the Marilungo Disposal, strictly stock 4 cylinders. So, with that being said, that's a good segue and time to meet our very first, our guest, well, our only guest this evening. We try to line up 2, but unfortunately, we're going to settle for this cat right here. And it's our buddy who's been duking it out in the mod 4 cylinders for so long. But you know what? He is ready to make the big jump. And the Dean Pollock Hobby Stocks are prepared now for our good friend. How about a nice Latrobe Speedway welcome for Adam Jones? Adam, welcome to the Speed Shop, buddy.
How's it going, bro?
Man, oh man, big doings down there at Jones Motorsports. What do we got cooking? Because we saw the new car on social media. I'll let you take it from there.
Pretty much just brought a car back from the dead. Went picked it up in Bedford. I don't think it's been raced since 2002, and it was on asphalt. And there was nothing but quarters and a cage on the thing. That's it.
And next thing you know, sitting right behind you is a full-scale race-ready, press the start button, go racing in the Dean Pollock Hobby Stocks at Latrobe Speedway. I got to tell you, if there's anyone is excited about this division, it's me. And when I had heard from Dennis and the team that they were leaning toward creating this division, I was stoked about it. Talk a little bit about the fact that you've kind of been trudging along in the mod 4 cylinders for a couple of years. What compelled you to say, hey, listen, it's time to go rear-wheel drive racing, full-scale rear-wheel drive racing at the Big Half Mile?
Well, it's kind of funny. That's where I wanted to start in the first place. But it didn't seem like it was in the price range to get to.
Okay.
And then I started with the $600 Neon, drove that for a year, and then I said, man, I think we could build our own car. And then I drove my buddy's car in. He was driving it to Delaware every week. Back and forth. He was in the military. 200,000 miles. I built that car. I think I finished 10th or 11th in points that year. And it all rolled downhill from there. And then I sold the car last year. Wasn't going to race no more until Dean started this class. And then that's where it all started over again.
Well, that's great to hear. And I got to tell you, judging by the I don't know. I'll have to check with JD back in the studio if podcasts are regulated by the FCC. But I'm going to say it. Judging by that shit-eating grin you've had on your face since we started, you are stoked about jumping in this thing and doing battle at the big Latrobe Speedway.
Oh yeah, dude. The 4 cylinders are awesome. You gotta love them, and they're pretty quick too. You can take them things into the corner without hitting the brake or letting off the gas. But there ain't nothing like feeling a V8 in your chest. So excited, buddy.
Very well said. Very well said. It's obvious. It's obvious, and that's why I'm glad to have you on the show. And I know Joe's Body Shop and Towing is glad to have you on too, because that's the kind of enthusiasm we love here at our Latrobe Speedway family. Have you gotten any pointers? Because on a serious note, I am thinking it's going to change pretty drastically your driving techniques and so on. Coming down those long chutes at Latrobe. And throwing a front-wheel drive car sideways as opposed to a rear-wheel drive car. I mean, have you talked to anyone? Have you gotten any pointers from anyone? Are you all worried? But are you at all worried about the potential learning curve that this is going to put you through?
I'm not so much worried about it. I'm a little nervous about it because I know I'm going to throw that car in. My pap and my dad and my grandma used to race pure stocks back in the 90s. And that was a big thing for me. And they told me, they said, you're going to throw this car into the corner and spin it. They said, you're going to do that your first time around there. It's going to happen. But I think after I do that one time and I get my feel, get throttle control, I'm good.
I always talk to friends of mine, always talked about their careers in motocross as little kids. I don't know if you've had any experience in motocross, but a lot of friends have told me successful dirt track drivers have always said that you literally learn to drive with your hip and your butt when you're throwing those rear wheel drive. You can literally feel the car. You can feel what the right rear wants to do, if it's going to wash out on you, if it's tight or if it's loose. You probably will learn that, but you haven't had experience driving a front wheel drive machine.
Yeah. But one of the bigger thing is whenever you grow up around here and you grow up driving in the snow and stuff, you kind of got an idea. And that's what made me throw the front wheel drive around like I did, is because I grew up driving in the snow and stuff around here.
That is an excellent and a very valid point. And I never thought of it that way, but it's certainly that certainly applies. There's no doubt about it. Well, listen, do you think we're going to see the 38 out this week? I mean, the reason we had you on because we thought the big debut is going to be Saturday the 12th.
Open this Saturday, and if not this Saturday, it'll be the next. We're waiting on safety supplies. I sold everything because I was supposed to be done racing, and then they started this cheap V8 class, and I had to do it. I got another kid on the way.
Well, I tell you, your enthusiasm is certainly contagious, and I hope your colleagues in the other divisions and even people maybe sitting in the stands thinking, "Well, I'd love to race here. I'd love to race." You brought up a point in one of your previous explanations about cost effectiveness, and Dennis may be onto something. Dennis and our team may be onto something, I think. Listen, we all know everything costs money, but if we're going to be fiscally responsible and be able to do something we love, I think what's sitting behind you may be the way to do it at Latrobe Speed.
Oh, yes, sir, and I hope that's how they continue with it. Honestly.
Absolutely. No, I'm with you. I'm totally with you. I love these full body classes. I love when there's a nice Monte Carlo nose piece. I like when there's a Monte Carlo tail piece. Even if they use that's probably an all steel body. That's probably an all stock steel body on there. Just with plastic nose piece and
Hours away
plastic tail
and
piece.
pulled the body
Listen,
panels
we will
off another Monte Carlo. Right out of their garage. The rest of it's
That's awesome,
washer
Adam. That's
and
awesome.
dryers. It's all washers and dryers. Some pieces from refrigerator. Yes, sir.
I got to tell you,
stuff as
you know,
cheap as we can.
I got to tell you, that's throwback racing. That is grassroots racing at its very best. You're talking like my cousin did and Davey Maggs did and all the big superstars of Western Pennsylvania 30, 40 years ago. That is awesome. You are definitely a throwback.
How I look at racing.
You're enthusiastic. Well, your enthusiasm is contagious, Adam, and I thank you very much. Listen, you didn't put that car together by yourself. I know that you probably have, I'm sure that you have a lot of help. You have a lot of passionate family and friends, some sponsors that helped you out. I'm going to give you the opportunity right now to give accolades and thanks to all of the wonderful people who helps your race team in your race program.
Oh, my biggest one is my grandfather, my pap, the main man, Jim Kowchuk. He's the he helps me with everything. This is his garage. This is where we built it at. Little one-car garage on a dirt floor. This is where it's all done at. And my dad, my stepmom, Sharon, my real mom, rest in peace. She's up in heaven. My old lady, Chelsea, my two kids, Gatlin and Waylon. Roundhouse Pizza, Dairy Eagles. That's about it. J&D Decals. That's about it.
Very
brother.
good. Tell me about Roundhouse Pizza. Me, my son, and my grandson were pizza connoisseurs.
Good. You get it quick. You can get as big as you want. They make a pizza the size of the G-Body hood. I'll tell you that.
Sold. Me, my boy, and my grandson are making a trip to Garry to Roundhouse Pizza, and we were going to ask him for the Adam Jones special. That's awesome, buddy. That's awesome.
Yeah, they're right beside the
Adam,
shop.
Listen, thank you so much.
Stop over and see the car.
You have any cold beer in there?
Always got cold beer, brother.
You're on. You're on. Hey, Adam, thank you so much for being here in the speed shop. Joe's Body Shop and Towing, the Latrobe Speedway. Dennis, Kathy, and our entire team is proud to have you as one of our great ambassadors. And, welcome back here to the Joe's Body Shop and Towing
thanks again,
Speed
and
Shop.
we hope to see you Saturday.
Ladies and gentlemen, our official Latrobe Speedway podcast.
I appreciate it. Thank you so
great
much.
interview. Great having Adam Jones. When you just feel through the computer the enthusiasm of that young man, what a great feel, and again, a great ambassador. That's the kind of stuff we just love, and that's what grassroots racing at Latrobe Speedway is all about. Looking forward to seeing Adam Jones debut his number 38 Chevy Monte Carlo in the brand spanking new Dean Pollock Hobby Stock division here at the Super Speedway. Hey, listen, big Saturday night coming up. My goodness, August 12th. Gates open at 4 for the pits. Grandstand gates at 5. We'll have racing at 7. But again, I get to tell you all about Fan Appreciation Night 2023. 2 cancellations before. This is take 3. And as the old saying goes, third time's a charm. So that is coming up this Saturday. Kids, bring your pens, bring your notepads, bring your whatever, pictures of your favorite drivers, because you're going to be able to take your moms and dads and your brothers and sisters and grandmas and grandpas, aunts and uncles out there on the front stretch of our beloved Latrobe Speedway and meet all of your superstars. It's a big night, not only for you fans, it's our way of saying thank you for your awesome and continued support each and every Saturday night. And it's also a great way for us to say thank you to the drivers, the teams, the families, the sponsors who put so much time and effort into these race cars and being a part of what is called Latrobe Speedway Saturday night. So that is this Saturday, fan appreciation. I know that Kathy there's going to be basket raffles, I believe. There's she has a whole plethora of things going on in conjunction with fan appreciation night. Being at Latrobe Speedway is more than a race. It's an event. And that's what we're so proud of. And fan appreciation night is indeed more than a race. It's an event. So please plan to be with us. Tell your friends, tell the neighbors. Saturday night, Westmoreland County's most coveted piece of real estate, the old Schmucker Farm, Latrobe Speedway. Boy, do we have a great schedule of action plan for you as well, in addition to fan appreciation night and all the fun things going on in conjunction with fan appreciation. The third annual Bill Korber Memorial for the Joe's Body Shop and Towing Pure Stocks is on the card. And again, another very lucrative paying purse for the Joe's Body Shop and Towing Pure Stocks, who've been such a great support to our Speedway. Terrific car counts all year long. You're going to be treated to the K2 Engineering Crate Late models, once again in point race action. The Specialty Metals modified 4 cylinders, the Mod Squad in action. The Dean Pollock Hobby Stocks in action, as we just spoke with Adam Jones. And for the first time this year, we welcome back. We call it our little trip back in time, the Pennsylvania Thunder on Dirt Vintage Modified Series. Those cats love it coming to our Speedway. They come from near and far. And it'll be great to see the legendary Wally Stock, who I watched for many years up at Wimber Speedway, over at the Wimber Stadium Speedway, battle with the likes of Scott Rhodes and Robbie Garlock and Randy Kimmel and on. And Wally, coming out of retirement last year to compete in this vintage modified series, has been really, really cool. And he will indeed be here Saturday night competing with the Pennsylvania Thunder on Dirt Vintage Modifieds. I'm sure we're going to have some other local drivers. Hank Coles, I'm not sure if Hank will be here. I'm just going to throw out some names off the top of my head. The 31 of Thomas Warburton. 3 cats from out in central Pennsylvania love our Speedway. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to make it. John Marks is from Middletown, Pennsylvania, drives a 1936 Chevrolet Coupe. And he's from Middletown, just outside of Harrisburg. He was here last year. Mark Hahn is from Harrisburg. Gene Wrightstone is from Enola, Pennsylvania, right there in the center of central Pennsylvania sprint car country. I certainly hope those 3 cats make it. Didn't get a chance to talk to them, but it certainly adds a whole new luster when the PA Thunder on Dirt Vintage Modified Series visits our Latrobe Speedway. So again, we hope to see you Saturday night. I repeat, pit gates open at 4, grandstand gates at 5, racing at 7. Bubba's concession stand will have their full menu of some of the finest racing fare on any Speedway menu. So come hungry, come Thursday, because we have a lot of cold, refreshing Coke and Pepsi products, Gatorade, and so on. Come hungry, get yourself a Bubba burger, get some of your fresh cut fries, delicious Norvell pizza pie, all available at Bubba's concession stand this coming Saturday. We always say this, folks, as we wrap things up, that the success that we've enjoyed here at the Speedway would not be possible without all of you great fans, along with all of our wonderful marketing partners. Without you, there's no us. So whenever you're in need of any of the products or services offered by any of our sponsors, please remember, keep them in mind. Make a call to them first. Support them, because they love what you love. They love what I love, and that is racing at Latrobe Speedway. So without any further ado, let's talk about our divisional sponsors in 2023. K2 Engineering of our crate late models. Of course, Joe's Body Shop and Towing, sponsoring or being our divisional sponsor for the Pure Stocks and also sponsoring our weekly podcast. Specialty Metals, modified 4 cylinders. The Marilungo Disposal, strictly stock 4 cylinders. Thank you to Marcus Wisneski Waste Removal, coming aboard as our Penn, Ohio Pro Stock sponsor. Bowers Farms sponsoring of our Race Saver Sprints whenever they're in action here at the Super Speedway. And we've mentioned it several times. Dean Pollock sponsoring our hobby stocks in 2023. How about a huge thank you going out to Latrobe Glass and Mirror. We want to thank General Carbide, Bowman's Plumbing, Garry's Auto Sales. A huge thank you to Porta John, the Auto Tag Store. We want to thank Rick Potter Motorsports, RPM. They provide all the race parts and is our Saturday night fuel supplier each and every week. A huge thank you to A1 Machine and Performance, Tite Paving and Maintenance here in Latrobe, DJS Swag, GVD Powder Coating, and Latrobe Billiards, all members and a part of our Latrobe Speedway marketing team and marketing family. So with that being said, thank you again. Thank you to JD back in the studio for taking care of all the IT stuff that I don't understand. You just make it all happen, and it's very much appreciated. Thank you to our entire Latrobe Speedway team. I miss you all. Looking forward to seeing you this Saturday, the 12th. I'm going to be heading out first to the Duke Miller Mike Carnes car show and benefit there in Acme, Pennsylvania, before heading over to Latrobe Speedway. I'm probably going to have the Ford Galaxy with me. So somebody save me a spot in the pits. Would you please, for a big old 1965 boat called a Ford Galaxy. Thank you to Bikers Helping Others Motorcycle Club, Billy Rupert. Always remember, Latrobe fans, do a good deed for someone. Be like a Bikers Helping Other Motorcycle Club member, because that's what they do. Everybody, God bless. See you Saturday.